Hi there. I am here now, right now, with you. And I'm so glad you're here. Um, in my previous video, I talked about how we are all a field in spring. And all the past and our memories that have been churned together over the years into this soil that make us who we are today, that is where our beauty comes from. It is the past, even the painful moments, that allow us to be as incredible, surprising, and perfect as we are right now in this moment. And I talked about how, when I use this philosophy, it really allowed me to forgive my past. Moments when I had moments of my own regret, and then moments in which I was bitter at others. Like, oh, if only this one thing had happened differently, I would have felt good about that moment. But now looking back, I realize had that happened the way I wanted it to then, I wouldn't have had the incredible journey I've had now. I actually came out perfect. I didn't need that moment. That is how I was able to use that philosophy to forgive the past. And that's great, I think, when we're talking about these distant memories that have sort of built up and accrued throughout our lives. And we want to let them go. We want to be free of them. But I think it's hard to convince ourselves we are a perfect field in spring when we're feeling genuine pain from a recent wound or from an old wound that was committed by someone that we really, really trusted. We're talking about those moments in our lives when someone that we planted, our own seed of love and trust into their soil, and this person who was supposed to be there, who said they would, let us down. How are we supposed to just forgive that pain? I mean, that's a real pain. That is a legitimate well of disappointment and sadness that comes with that kind of, betrayal or just hurt. Thankfully, we can allow this philosophy of us being this organic, perfect creature blossoming exactly as we are, right? All our mistakes in the past, we can forgive them because we've learned from them. We're growing from them. They've made us who we are, and they've built this character that has defined us. Well, if we allow that philosophy to continue to grow and we follow its natural progression, well, if I am a perfect field in spring, then doesn't that mean everybody else is too? We can forgive the fact that someone's soil hasn't developed to a point where it is ready for the seed of our love and trust to take root in it. Their soil is just as perfect as our own, and it is growing organically and perfectly as they too learn and accrue experience and become their own perfect field in spring. When we planted that seed of trust in that person, we did it in good faith. We planted that seed not with an agenda or a scheme, but with a true love and kinship with this person. We watered the seed when it needed watering. We allowed it to bask in the sun when it needed time for that. And yet the seed still didn't take root. or the plant still died in the soil. Either way, that is not a reflection on us. That does not mean we are deserving of this fate. It's easy to look at someone's choices and say, I never would have done that. Had I been in their shoes, I would not have done that. And that makes it hard to forgive them. But what we need to remember is we are never in their shoes. We are never growing out of their garden. We only have our own past and experiences informing us. If we were to jump into their shoes, we would have their experiences and lessons, the right ones and the wrong ones, informing them. And their soil, even though it may not have received the same lessons and love and honesty as ours did, it doesn't mean it's less perfect. It doesn't mean it's not still learning and growing. I might be disappointed and hurt that it wasn't there for me when I needed it, that its soil did not grow love for me. But that doesn't mean I can't forgive them. Because I know the very fact they made this choice shows that they are in a winter of their own. And they're only doing what they're doing because of everything that got them there. Letting go of the sadness and the disappointment that things didn't work out the way we wanted them to, you're still going to have to work your way through that. Cry those tears, swim deep in those waters. But it is much easier, and I have found it takes much less time to let that sadness go when it's not buried under layers and layers of resentment, jealousy, bitterness, and anger. When we can shed those through forgiveness as fast as we can, then the sadness, it's an ocean one day, a lake the next, and then a swimming pool, a bathtub, a glass of water, and a drop of dew. And you can have conversations where you tell your friends about that one person that you used to be friends with. Instead of having conversations where you tell your friends about that one person you used to be friends with. And now I'm with that person. I'm not with my friends anymore at all. They didn't do anything wrong. They're here with me, but because I still am harboring all this resentment and bitterness to them, I cannot be here with my friends. I'm in the past with this person. And now they're not only hurting me then, they're hurting me again right now by taking me away from my friends or my work or my kids or my meditation or myself. But if we can let it go, forgive it. We don't have to forget, but forgive it. And then let the disappointment and sadness go. Now I'm just here with you, telling you about that guy that really drove me nuts that one time and really let me down. But I'm still here. And now I want to hear what you have to say about it. We're all perfect gardens. Sometimes the growth hurts. Sometimes the winters get a little cold. But it is that growth and those winters that make us this absolutely extraordinary display of the spontaneous, unimaginable delight that the universe is capable of. And I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you every single day. Thank you for listening to this. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. It's the only way the channel will grow. I really appreciate it. You are perfect. I'll see you next time. Bye.